America's heartland, a place where the horizon seems to stretch on forever, where the sky meets the earth in a seamless blend of blue and green. This is a land that has inspired countless stories, songs, and dreams. It's a place of both beauty and mystery, a region that holds a special place in the American psyche, a vast expanse of plains stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. This region, often referred to as the Great Plains, is one of the most iconic landscapes in the United States. It's a place where the land seems to go on forever, where the sky is a vast canvas that changes with the seasons. From the rolling hills to the flat prairies, this is a land of contrasts and extremes. This is the heart of the country, a land of big skies and even bigger dreams. But look closer, you'll notice something. Amidst the beauty and the vastness, there's a sense of solitude, a feeling of emptiness. The land is rich and fertile, yet it remains sparsely populated. Why is that? What is it about this region that has kept people away? This vast landscape is sparsely populated. Why? The answer isn't simple. It's a question that has puzzled historians, economists, and geographers for years. There are many factors at play, each one contributing to the story of the American heartland. From the harsh weather conditions to the economic challenges, there are many reasons why this region remains one of the least populated areas in the country. Why do so few Americans call this heartland home? The answer lies in a combination of factors. The harsh winters, the hot summers, the lack of water, and the economic challenges all play a role. But there's more to the story than just the physical and economic challenges. There's also a cultural aspect, a sense of isolation that comes with living in such a vast and empty land. The answer, like the land itself, is complex and multifaceted. It's a story that goes back to the early days of American history, to the time when the first settlers arrived in this region. It's a story of hope and hardship, of dreams and disappointments. It's a story that has shaped the American heartland and continues to do so to this day. It's a story woven from history, economics, geography, and even social trends. The history of the American heartland is a rich and complex one, filled with tales of pioneers and settlers, of farmers and ranchers, of boom and bust. It's a story that has been shaped by the land itself, by the challenges and opportunities that it presents. To understand why the American heartland remains sparsely populated, we must journey back in time, tracing the footsteps of those who came before us. We must look at the history of this region, at the people who have called it home, and at the challenges they have faced. Only then can we begin to understand the true story of the American heartland, a story that is as vast and complex as the land itself. The early settlers who ventured into this vast expanse were driven by dreams of prosperity and a better life. They faced numerous challenges, from harsh weather conditions to the difficulty of cultivating the land. Many of them wrote letters and kept diaries, documenting their struggles and triumphs. These historical documents provide a glimpse into the lives of those who first called the heartland home. These pioneers built homes, established farms, and created communities. They worked tirelessly to tame the land and make it productive. Their efforts laid the foundation for the rural towns and agricultural communities that still exist today. However, the challenges they faced were immense, and many of them struggled to survive. Today, the American heartland is still home to many hard-working individuals and families. Farmers continue to work the land, producing the food that feeds the nation. Small towns host community events, bringing people together and fostering a sense of belonging. Despite the challenges, there is a strong sense of pride and resilience among those who call this region home. Modern technology has also played a role in shaping the heartland. Advances in agricultural practices have made farming more efficient and sustainable. Renewable energy sources such as wind turbines and solar panels are becoming increasingly common, providing new opportunities for economic growth and development. The American heartland is a place of natural beauty and rich history. It's a region that has faced many challenges but has also shown incredible resilience and adaptability. As we look to the future, the heartland will continue to play a vital role in the story of America, a story that is still being written. So as we gaze out over this sea of grass and sky, we are reminded of the enduring spirit of the American heartland, a place where dreams are born, where the land and the people are inextricably linked, and where the story of America continues to unfold. Following the setting sun, a journey that would forever change the face of a nation. For centuries, the American population hugged the eastern coastline, where the first settlers had landed and established their new lives. The Atlantic Ocean was not just a barrier but a bridge, connecting them to their European roots and the bustling trade routes that brought goods, people, and ideas. The Atlantic Ocean was their lifeline, connecting them to Europe and trade. Ships sailed back and forth, laden with goods, news, and passengers, creating a vibrant exchange that fueled the growth of the young nation. The harbors were busy with activity, a testament to the thriving commerce that defined the early American economy. Then came the call of the West, a call that resonated with the promise of new beginnings and untapped potential. The vast uncharted territories beyond the Mississippi River beckoned to those with a spirit of adventure and a desire for a better life. Manifest destiny, they called it. This powerful ideology held that it was the divine right and duty of the United States to expand its territory across the entire North American continent. It was a vision that inspired countless individuals to leave behind the familiar and venture into the unknown. The belief that America was destined to expand from coast to coast was more than just a dream. It was a driving force that shaped the nation's policies and actions. Maps of the time depicted this grand vision, with arrows pointing westward, symbolizing the relentless push towards the Pacific Ocean. Pioneers loaded their wagons and set off on treacherous journeys, seeking land and opportunity. These brave souls faced countless hardships, from harsh weather and rough terrain to the threat of disease and conflict. Yet their determination and resilience saw them through, as they carved out new lives in the vast wilderness. The promise of gold, fertile farmlands, and a fresh start lured them westward, leaving the heartland largely behind. The discovery of gold in California in 1848 sparked a massive migration as thousands of fortune seekers flocked to the west in search of wealth. Meanwhile, the fertile farmlands of the Midwest offered the promise of a stable and prosperous life for those willing to work the land. Abandoned rural towns stood as silent witnesses to the relentless march of progress, as the population shifted westward in pursuit of their dreams. Families packed their belongings into covered wagons, embarking on journeys that could last months. They traveled in groups for safety, forming tight-knit communities along the way. Children played by the campfire while women cooked over open flames, creating a sense of home even in the midst of their travels. The journey was fraught with challenges. The Rocky Mountains loomed as a formidable barrier, rivers had to be crossed, and encounters with Native American tribes could be tense. Yet, the pioneers pressed on, driven by the hope of a better future. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad in the 1860s marked a turning point in the westward expansion. Steam locomotives now crossed the plains, making travel faster and more efficient. Towns sprang up along the railway, further accelerating the settlement of the West. Today, the legacy of westward expansion is evident in the vibrant cities and towns of the American West. The spirit of adventure and the pursuit of opportunity continue to define the region, as people enjoy the natural beauty and rich history that make the West a unique and enduring part of the American story. The Industrial Revolution spurred another wave of migration. It was a time of great change and opportunity, as people sought to improve their lives and secure a better future for their families. The promise of steady work and higher wages drew many from the countryside to the bustling cities. Factories sprouted up in cities offering jobs and the promise of a better life. These factories became the lifeblood of urban centers, providing employment to thousands. The rhythmic hum of machinery and the sight of smokestacks became synonymous with progress and prosperity. Workers toiled long hours, but the hope of financial stability kept them going. People flocked to urban centers, leaving rural areas behind. The migration was not just a physical journey but also a cultural shift. Families packed their belongings and set off for the unknown, driven by dreams of a better life. The cities, with their bright lights and endless possibilities, seemed to offer a stark contrast to the quiet, predictable life of the countryside. The heartland, with its focus on agriculture, couldn't compete with the allure of factory wages and city life. Farming, once the backbone of the American economy, began to decline as more people left for urban areas. Small rural towns saw their populations dwindle, and vast farmlands were left untended. The shift was not just economic but also social, as the fabric of rural communities began to unravel. This shift towards industrialization and urbanization left its mark on the American population map, concentrating people in coastal cities and leaving the heartland sparsely populated. Coastal cities grew rapidly, their skylines dotted with new buildings and factories. The once bustling rural landscapes of the Midwest became quieter, with fewer people to work the land. This transformation reshaped the nation's demographics, creating a new urban-centric society. The lure of urban lights had forever changed the American way of life, setting the stage for the modern era. The geography of the heartland also plays a role in its low population density. The Great Plains are characterized by extremes: scorching summers, harsh winters, and unpredictable tornadoes. Water can be scarce. Distances are vast. Living here requires resilience and adaptability. While the heartland possesses a stark beauty, its unforgiving climate and geographical challenges have made it a less desirable destination for many.